Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. Thank you so much for being here on time. I really appreciate that. We are going to wait for the rest of your classmates for a little bit, maybe one more minute until everyone is here. And while we are doing that, I would like to hear from you. If you can please raise your hand here in Teams so I can let you talk. And remember that we normally take the first 3 or 4 minutes to share your thoughts with the class. If you want to share something important, or if you have questions for me related to what's being assigned to you today, to homework, to the lessons itself, you can go ahead and raise your hand and talk to me, okay? Or share things with your classmates. Thank you so much. So let's wait for at least one more minute until everyone is here, okay? Okay, now it looks like every single one of you is here. Just to remind you, two important things. Here in my class, I need you to have your cameras on the whole time. That's one of my expectations. And the other one is that I need you to be actively participating. With that, I mean that if I'm asking you some questions, I need you to be aware of your microphone, make sure it's working properly so you can go ahead and answer to those questions, as well as I need you connected to my Nearpod presentation, which is going to be an interactive and live presentation for you guys, okay? With that in mind, I am going to start sharing my screen. And I don't know if you guys can let me know if you can see my screen right now. Can someone please let me know? Yes? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. So this is what we are going to be discussing about today. Our lesson is about disasters and consequences, as you can see on the first slide that you have on your own screen. Just in case if there are some students who are having issues with your Nearpod, you can take a look at my screen as well. I am going to be projecting every single slide here, okay? And also remember that the code for the Nearpod presentation is always going to be here on top. So you guys can go to joinnearpod.com and enter this code there, and it will take you to my presentation as well. Right now, I'm going to be checking to see how many students do I have connected. And according to that, I will continue with my lesson, okay? Well, I see that half of my class is missing. So I am going to give you guys one more minute, and I should see all your names here on the participants list. And then I can continue with my lesson. Go ahead, please. Okay, now that you are all here, I would like to start with the lesson itself. First of all, as you know, we always go over the learning objective for our class, for you guys to understand what is that you're going to be learning through this lesson. After reading an article related to natural disasters, students will identify the main idea and will be able to answer comprehension questions. So guys, today you will see the agenda in a minute, but at the end of this activity, you will be taking a quiz, a short quiz. It's 8 questions, and those questions are about the reading comprehension, how much of the article you guys were understanding. You will show me your understanding through that quiz at the end of this lesson. Let's go to the agenda. What do we have today? So the first thing that we're going to be doing together is a little warm-up activity. You know that we always start the class with an initial activity like that for you guys to show me your previous knowledge and for us to recall, important information that you guys have learned in the previous lessons. Okay. Number 2, we are going to be reviewing some vocabulary that's going to be necessary for you to understand the reading that we are going to be checking together. Number 3, we are going to get into the article reading. So we are going to be reading the article together. And finally, as I told you previously, you guys are going to be taking a short quiz to show me your understanding or your comprehension on this reading that we are going to share today. Before I continue to the next slide, can you guys let me know by raising your hands on Teams or just using your voice? Can you let me know if this is clear, or maybe if you have questions, now is the time. Go ahead, please. No questions? Can you show me your thumbs up if everything is clear about what I just said? Let me go back to Teams. Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna continue. This is the warm-up activity that I told you about. On the next slide, I want you to match the images with the corresponding definitions. You guys are gonna be able to see different pictures on your screen and also different words. I want you to match the correct word with the corresponding image or the corresponding picture to that. In the images, you're gonna see different natural disasters, like examples of natural disasters, and that is what you're gonna be matching with the word, okay? Let me move on. I am also going to be showing you the student's view here. So I'm gonna start the activity. You guys have 1 minute to match the pairs. I am going to start and I will show you the student's view as well in case someone doesn't have access to this nearput, okay? Get ready. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. I hope that you guys are already matching the pairs, okay? And for those of you who do not have access to the nearput, for some reason it's here. Match the images with the corresponding definition. If you click on this blue arrow that you have there, guys, the one that's pointing up, you will be able to hide the instructions and you will see it better. So, for example, this is what I need you to do. If you see this picture belongs to what? To a tornado, to a volcanic eruption, to an earthquake, to a tsunami, or to a flood. Let's say that I think it belongs to a flood and I click there. The system will automatically tell you if you are getting the right or wrong answers, okay? You have 5 pairs that you need to match. Please go ahead. You guys have still 10 seconds left, okay? And remember, at the end of this activity, I will show you the right answers as well. Okay, there you go. The time's up. So I'm going to go back to my teacher's view. And I am going to show you the right matching pairs. Here you go. As you know, this image is showing you a volcanic eruption. This actually happened here in Quito like a long time ago. And this is an eruption of El Huayna volcano. On the second image, we have a tsunami. You can see all the water coming into the land or to the streets, okay, from the sea, of course. Number 3, there's a flood there. Also, you can see there's a street. The cars are completely covered in water, people also. So we have a flood there. Number 4, there's a tornado, which is another natural disaster. Okay, and you have the picture there. And finally, a picture after an earthquake has happened. Okay, do you have questions related to these, guys? Or may I move on? Sure, let's move on then, okay? On this slide, we are going to be reviewing the vocabulary that you guys need to know in order to understand, to fully understand the reading that we're gonna be checking next, okay? I want you to pay attention to the pronunciation of these words, as well as to the definition that I already put here. If someone has a question at the end of this slide, I will take your questions. The first word that I have here is the word shallow. You can repeat after me at home. Repeat it out loud, shallow. Shallow means the area where water is not too deep. Shore, again, you're gonna repeat after me out loud, do it at home. Shore. Shore means the land along the edge of the sea. So for example, when you take walks, like along the sea, you are walking on the shore of the sea, okay? Evacuate means to remove someone from a dangerous place to a safer place. Let's say that here in the coast or in Galapagos, for example, they have like set an alarm and they said to the population that there's a tsunami coming. They need to move the people who's living at the coast and they move them to high areas, to the top of a mountain, for example. That means that they are evacuating that people because they are taking them from a dangerous place to a safer place. The word gravity is important because it means the force that pulls objects towards the center of the earth. And the word landslide means the large amount of rock or soil moving down or coming down. Okay? If we don't have questions related to this important vocabulary that we have reviewed, I am going to continue to the next slide. Now we are going to start reading the article. But in order to do that, I am going to ask you to help me reading the article. I am going to say a magic word here, and I am going to say the word popcorn. Whenever you hear me saying that word, it means that someone else will be in charge of reading the article besides me. So for example, if I stop at a certain point and I say your name, that person will continue reading another portion of the article, and then I will say popcorn again and another student will help me, okay? That means that you guys have to be very aware of the reading and you have to follow along with me so you know exactly in which part we are, okay? Let's start. Today we're going to be talking and learning about tsunamis specifically, okay? Tsunamis are one of the most powerful and destructive natural forces on planet Earth. The origin of the name. The word tsunami is pronounced su-na-mi. It originates from two Japanese words, su meaning harbor and nami meaning wave. The name means harbor wave because tsunamis only seem to become visible when they are near the coast. Popcorn, student 5. Tsunami or tidal wave. Often, tsunamis are mistakenly called tidal waves. However, they are not related to the tides, which are controlled by the moon and the sun. Tidal waves are shallow water waves which can be large in size but are always controlled by the moon and the sun. The waves are shallow and the energy moving within them comes from the wind. A tidal wave can only ever reach a limited size and speed. Guys, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to ask you to notice that on this first paragraph here, they are talking specifically about tidal waves. And we are not especially talking about them, right? They are mentioning the difference between a tidal wave and a tsunami. So please pay attention to this following paragraph here. Popcorn student 7. Continue reading, please. A tsunami is a series of much larger waves. These waves are caused by the movement of a large amount. Sorry, let me take that back. And I'm going to make this thinner. Okay. These waves are caused by the movement of a large amount of energy through the water. But this energy does not come from the wind. Instead, the energy is caused by an underwater volcanic eruption, an underwater landslide, or most commonly an earthquake on the ocean's floor. Thank you so much. Popcorn student number 12. How a tsunami is formed. A huge amount of energy under the water tries to travel to the ocean's surface. As it does, it pushes water up with it, and this causes the sea level to rise. However, gravity pulls the water back towards Earth. This spreads the energy out to the sides. Water begins to race towards the land at speeds of up to 500 miles per hour, which is faster than an airplane can travel. The waves can cross an entire ocean in less than 1 day without losing energy. Do you have questions? Thank you, student 12. I want to stop here. Do you guys have questions for me related to this? Maybe something is not clear. Maybe you need an explanation for some vocabulary that you can find here in this part of the reading. Okay, thank you so much for your questions. We're gonna move on. And student 15, you're gonna help me with the next part of the reading. Go ahead. When the tsunami is far away from the shore, it can be hard to spot. This is because the energy is moving through the entire depth of the water, and the waves of the tsunami can be as small as 1 meter tall. However, as the tsunami gets closer to shore and the water becomes shallower, there's less water for the huge amount of energy to move through. This causes the waves to slow down and the water to become much taller. Thank you, student 15. As you can see, guys, here you have a picture of it. Of course, this is a drawing. This is not a real image. But for you to have an idea of what a tsunami might look like, we haven't seen these tall waves, okay, never. But remember what they were mentioning on these paragraph, right? The waves, this causes the waves to slow down and the water to become much taller. So that's why we are we can see those floodings in the coast when the tsunamis are coming, okay? Student number 20, popcorn. Destructive power. It's not always possible to spot a tsunami due to their quick yet barely noticeable journey across the ocean. As humanly constructed defenses cannot stand up the sheer power of the tsunami, immediate devastation occurs. Boulders are lifted, buildings are destroyed, and vehicles are swept away as the water races up to 1 mile inland before retreating back away from the coast. I want you to pay attention. Thank you, student number 20. I want you guys to pay attention to these important words here. It says that a tsunami means immediate devastation. Boulders are lifted, buildings are destroyed, vehicles are swept away. So you can start imagining how the force of these tsunamis, how does it work, or what happens, what are the consequences when there is a tsunami coming to land, okay? Student 22, popcorn. A tsunami is not just one wave. It is a series of waves commonly known as a wave train. It's not always the first wave of a tsunami which is the most destructive. As tsunami waves are very long, they can reach the shore as far as 1 hour apart. This can give survivors a false sense of security. A false sense of security. Listen to that. Thank you, student. Let's go to the next paragraph. I am going to end this reading for you guys, okay? I'm going to be reading this paragraph, so please pay attention. How science can help. As trying to stop a tsunami is impossible to stop a tsunami, scientists focus on developing ways of spotting tsunamis earlier so that people can be safely evacuated. They use advanced systems to monitor underwater activity, which may show that an earthquake or eruption is imminent. They also invest time and effort into making sure that global communication systems are quick, effective, and extensive. Okay, I would like to hear from you guys. What are your questions about what we just read? Again, maybe there are some words that are not clear enough for you. Maybe something was left there without an explanation. So right now it's your turn to ask. Go ahead. You can raise your hand on Teams or in your camera and I will take a look at it. Thank you. Let's move on. As I told you, this is going to be the last part of this lesson, and you guys are going to be answering to these comprehension questions. There are 8 questions in total. You guys need to click on the little blue button that says next in order to go to the next question. I will show you the student's view as well. And at the end, after approximately 4 minutes, once every single one of you is done, I will go back and I will check the answers with you so I can provide you with some feedback, okay? So I'm going to be doing that live. Also, guys, the system is going to give you immediate feedback. It's automatically generated and you guys will be able to see which answers were correct and which answers were wrong, okay? So let's go to it. Get ready. And you guys may start solving your own Quiz, okay? If some of you need help, if something is not clear, you guys can take a look at my screen and I will show you what to do. For example, here, question 1, this is question 1 over 8 questions in total. From which language does the word tsunami originate? You guys have to choose the right answer. I'm going to choose this one right now. I'm just making this up. And once you click on the answer here, you need to click next, and it will take you to the next question. At the end, you will see a button that says submit whenever you are done with the 8 questions that you have there. Okay, here you will have to click submit and all the answers will get to me. So you have 3 more minutes to answer those questions, and at the end, as I said, I'm going to be going over the right answers. Go ahead. Okay, great. I see that all of you have finished the test or the quiz. Student 1, as you can see, you got the first question, the 5th question, and number 6. They are not right, but you must, maybe you already know what the answers are for those questions. Even though, wait, because I'm going to be giving you some live feedback right now, and you guys can compare your answers with the right answers that I'm going to give you right now. Okay, so please pay attention and take a look at my screen, and you guys will see that right now. Okay, question number 1. From which language does the word tsunami originate? Maybe student 15, can you help me with this answer, please? According to the reading, what is the right answer here? Great, yeah, it comes from the Japanese language. Remember su and nami, okay? It was from Japanese. Let's go to the next one. I'm sorry, let me go back to it. I clicked on the wrong button by mistake. Okay, number 2, true or false? From the reading, I can say that tsunamis and tidal waves are exactly the same. There's an important word here. It says exactly the same. Are they exactly the same? Who can help me with this answer? Great. No, yes, you are right, guys. They are not the same. They are different things or different natural disasters. Or actually, the tidal waves are not a disaster per se, but we can say that they are different, different things, right? Let's go to the next one. And I made a mistake. I'm really sorry. Okay, question number 3. The word tsunami in English translates as tidal wave, harbor wave, earthquake. Remember, we had 2 words in Japanese, tsu and nami. Who can help me with this answer? Thank you so much. You are correct. It's option B, harbor wave. Is it possible for humans to stop a tsunami? There you go. Thank you so much for helping me with that answer. False. Remember in the reading it says it's impossible for humans to stop a tsunami because the force is really, really huge. So the right answer here is false. Thank you. Question number 5. Choose all that apply. A tsunami can be caused by... Who can help me here? As you can see, there are 4 different options, and the question is telling you to choose all the options that apply. The first one says the energy from the wind, earthquakes, landslide, and volcanic eruption. Who can help me with this? Maybe student 11. What are the options that you would choose here? Okay, what else? Great. Is there something else that can cause a tsunami? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Yes, these are the 3 different reasons or causes that we can have before a tsunami is created. Let's go to question number 6. The sentence, the waves can cross an entire ocean in less than 1 day without losing energy, indicates what? That the tsunami waves are really slow, or that tsunami waves may travel faster than an airplane. What do you guys think? What did you choose when you were answering? Everyone, you have to be paying attention because maybe you got this answer wrong. And now we are giving you feedback, okay? Thank you. Yes, guys, the right answer here is answer B, that tsunami waves may travel faster than an airplane. Great. Question number 7. The main idea in this article is what? To compare and contrast tidal waves and tsunamis. Did we talk about tidal waves and tsunamis throughout the whole reading? To understand that tsunamis are one of the most powerful and destructive natural forces? Or to know about what scientists are doing to stop tsunamis? Who can help me here? Thank you so much. The right answer is answer B, because we were talking about how powerful and destructive they are throughout the whole reading, okay? So that was the main idea here. And finally, question 8, from the reading, what do you think the word devastation means? Remember, they were talking about this and saying that something happened with the cars, something happened with the boulders, and I stopped and I made some explanations in that paragraph, especially in that paragraph. So what is it? Devastation means a great destruction or damage. Maybe it means fixing or repairing something, or a state of complete happiness. What do you think? Help me with these answers, student 10. Great destruction or damage. Thank you so much. That's the right answer. And this is it, guys. Thank you so much. We have finished with our lesson. I hope you enjoyed. And remember, if you have questions, please let me know. You can also write me an email to talk to me about this topic. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. And I will see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.